Okie dokie. Can you please say your name and what you do?
My name is Rita Valley, and I'm a troublemaker artist.
Oh, those are my favorite kind of artists.
Okay, my favorite too. Now, I used to paint, but then I started doing text-based pieces, and that led to all sorts of like hijinks. My work is very political. I tend to like to make beautiful pieces that draw people in, but then challenge them with my statements.
Right.
And I'm really concerned with like women's issues of injustice in our country, climate change. I mean, we have so many things going on, like income disparities, all kinds of things like that. I had a piece in the last show that said capitalize me, because as an artist, how can we capitalize on what we're doing? And everything in our country has been capitalized. And so yeah, that's kind of what I do. I also swear a lot.
Me too.
Try not to here. But it's funny because I had a friend who said to me one time, Rita, she's never met a swear word she didn't like. But I think it's punctuation a lot for what I'm saying.
Right.
Because I feel very, very strongly and very adamantly about what I'm saying.
So I love what you're saying about your activism through art, because one of my favorite quotes is by Nina Simone, the legendary iconic, and she said, an artist's duty is to reflect the times, right? So we're living in a time where there's so much income equality, there's an attack against women, women's rights, as we all know, LGBTQ people, undocumented people, like there's just so much. So how do you choose what you want to focus on? Is it something different for every piece, or do you have like a series? And I'm not sure if it's a stupid question, but just let me know.
No, that's not a stupid question. I do have an ongoing series called My Economy, because again, it's very much about, as an artist, I'm sort of a bottom feeder, and I never make a lot of money, but I keep making pieces, and I do have some collectors, and I do occasionally sell something. But that's an ongoing series. Other things come to me when there's like memes or things on social media, or I hear a phrase and it just keeps going around in my head. Like I did a piece that's FOMO, fear of missing out, and I was just walking around every day going like FOMO, 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 and then I went, fear of missing out, I've got to do that one. So a lot of my phrases come from things like that, just things that get stuck in my head.
I love that. So let's talk about City Lights Gallery and Bridgeport Art Show. How have you been involved in this community? You said you had pieces here, right, in different shows over the years?
I've been showing now with Suzanne for a number of years. Now, I have to say, the first time I met Suzanne, I was at an artist talk in New York City, and she showed up. And I was so thrilled to hear that somebody from like Connecticut had gone all the way to the city to hear me talking. She goes, oh yeah, I'm very familiar with your work. And I was like, wow. I mean, I was so touched by that. She'd come with her husband, John. And after that, she asked me to be in a show, and that's the beginning of a really nice relationship. She is such a wonderful person, good curator, good eye, and very caring, always trying to reach out to different communities, and just so inclusive. And so I feel very honored to have been in shows with her now.
I love that. And thank you for giving Suzanne her flowers. I think 21 years is such a huge accomplishment, and she does so much for the art community, so much for the community in Bridgeport in general. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she just is just so open-hearted. I mean, it's how we went to Venice last year.
Right.
We were asked to go to show in another country because of Suzanne Ketchmart and City Lights Gallery and the Bridgeport Art Trail. Right. That was good punctuation there, too.
Right. That wasn't a curse word, it was bleeps.
No, that's right. Believe me.
Can you tell us a little bit about Venice? Maybe like a couple sentences about your experience in Venice last year? That was such a wonderful opportunity. I wish I got to go.
Oh my God. It was so magical because I'd never been to Italy, let alone Venice. Yeah. And so when I heard that my work, because it is very portable, you can fold it up and put it in a suitcase, it seemed like a perfect fit to go. And on my way home from hearing Suzanne tell me we've got this opportunity to show, I turned to my partner, Bob Keating, who is in the show too, and I said, oh, I would love to go. And he was like, okay, let's do it. And we were like, you gotta go, And to show in this Palazzo Pisani Revedin, a historical building right overlooking a canal during the Biennale, was just so magical. Nothing in my life will ever compare to that. I mean, I get chills talking about it.
Oh, I love that.
Putting up your work. I mean, we were there with a reason. It wasn't just being a tourist. Yeah. We were installing the work with the people from City Lights. It was great.
And having whole other community see your work and be impacted.
Country, yeah, it was very cool.
I love that. Last question. I know you have some mingling to do. You have some wine to drink. 21 years. So impactful. What do you want to see for the next 21 years of City Lights and the Bridgeport Art Trail?
Oh, I want to see more. Suzanne's had such a great vision, and I just think opening more doors. She's doing a lot of satellite shows, a lot of outreach to get the community out from Bridgeport to other places where people might not think of coming into Bridgeport, which is unfortunate, but get it out there and get people to come down here. And I want to just see it flourish in the way that the arts need to keep, again, going back to activism. Art is activism in my mind, really. Just show more people more visions.
Right. And changing the narrative of downtown Bridgeport, Bridgeport in general.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of very cool stuff going down here, so that's great.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. Congratulations, Suzanne and City Lights and all the artists. Incredible.
Yeah, everybody involved.
Yes, and go mingle, go drink some wine.
Thank you so much.